Welcome to the Stranger Still podcast. I'm Kathleen.
I'm Miles.
I'm Kirk.
And welcome to our deep dive into the 7th episode of the final season of Stranger Things, The Bridge.
Take it to the bridge.
Hey-oh.
We are so excited to talk about this episode. It's a polarizing episode. I'm interested to talk about that kind of stuff too, but the penultimate, second to last before the finale.
Gosh.
Man.
Well, be sure to stick with us till the end of this episode. We're going to share our favorite moments. We're going to start with Kirk's funny moment, my feeler moment, and Miles's music moment.
Well, let's get right in. No one criticizes the start of this episode where Max wakes up into her physical body with Lucas holding her in the hospital basement.
And what is playing?
Moby.
Yeah. When it's cold, I'd like to die. I feel like me, who never brings up music, it's always you. I have brought that up in the last 2 episodes multiple times. I've been dying to talk about Moby, apparently.
And what an interesting use of Moby, because that's kind of like the death song, in season 1. We're kind of seeing it as we watch Hopper's
death
daughter
or like a
die.
Goodbye, really.
And of course it plays during Eddie's death in season 4. But to have it be instead a return to life almost changes the flow of the song. Like, maybe this is a little too abstract, but the song is very slow. Every chord kind of bleeds into itself. It feels circular when it's death. But in this case, it felt like it was climbing. Yeah. I just felt like each chord was building up as Max was gaining strength and waking up. And I don't know.
I like that.
It changes the song.
That. It does, really. Context changes everything. Good Vicky moment here. By the way, I know you guys are Vicky haters.
That is true.
But I mean, it did much to explain why Max can't get up, which thank God they didn't have her up and walking around. She was very reassuring to Max. You can't move because you haven't used your body. It's okay. I liked that touch.
You liked that?
You hated it?
I thought it was the most repetitive thing. Duh. You've been laying in a bed for 18 months. Of course you're weak.
Yeah, but there's going to be watchers that...
Like we talked about last episode, people didn't even know Nancy and Jonathan broke up. So, so maybe people did need to be informed. But I was like, oh, Dr. Vicky over here. What do you call her, a candy striper? Yeah.
She's getting ice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She's basically a nurse.
No, she's... No. She's more a maid than a nurse.
She is not more a maid than a nurse.
It's an entry-level position where you just push around carts and get ice. Yeah. And if there are candy strippers out there, I'm sorry to you.
If somebody was coming up to help me and
called
said...
nurse's assistant.
If somebody came up to help you and said, I'm basically a nurse, I'd be like, give me a real nurse.
Okay, yeah, she's not basically a nurse, but she's like an NAC, a nurse's assistant, which is they still do a lot. Well, they're still there carrying for patients.
Is she a NAC or is she just working there in a quarantine hospital? I guess it's only been 18 months. We don't need to talk about this so much. We're burying the lead here.
Yeah, this isn't about Vicky.
Max waking up.
Reuniting my favorite couple, Lucas and Max, in such an emotional, sweet moment. When Lucas is saying, I knew you were there. I always knew you were still there. And then the music part, of course.
Yeah. I want to talk about Lucas because we have not done a deep dive into Lucas in season 5.
Yeah.
And that's because he has been in a limbo. The one morsel he gets is in Shock Jock when Will says Max and Holly are there. And he's like, but the rest of it, Lucas has been carrying this toll with no, answer. He's doing this into the void, into the blank. He's carrying on and getting nothing. And so
never giving up though.
Right. He never gives up. He chooses to love her through this, which is extraordinary. And you see that on his face. There's relief there. He does such a great job.
Fierceness. Yeah. Fierceness.
Oh, yeah. 18 months of just kind of keeping that hope. You got to give it to Lucas.
Yeah. When it appears nothing is there.
Yeah.
And he's unlike Vicky, he's not telling her things, dictating things. He's asking her questions. What do you feel? Can you see? Can you hear? Can you feel my hand? He's getting information. I love that about Lucas. It's just great to have a Lucas moment because we just haven't really. He's been down as Dustin has been. With the Eddie death. The toll is on Lucas too, and you get to watch it melt away here in such a great way.
Yeah,
it's so emotional.
He's just in this kind of just limbo for pretty much, since it's happened. And he just hasn't really got his moment. He doesn't get enough credit for the acting.
Yeah,
right?
Sadie Sink crushes in this, but
so much.
Lucas, Caleb McLaughlin, he does just as good.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's very his acting is so much more subtle. And I like that. It just has a lot more nuances. Max, though, she really takes the cake here.
Yeah.
But
Sadie Sink probably is doing some of the best acting in the whole show here.
Yeah.
The way that she's kind of there's some whimpers that come out of her. She's afraid of what movement will do to her body. She's wincing, but the way she says, "I saw you," and the way she laughs. And there's so much subtlety in her performance in a show that doesn't often have a lot of subtle performance.
Oh yeah.
Sadie Sink just crushes it. But when she says, "Are you bored of Kate Bush yet?"
yes.
And Lucas, gives to your point, a very subtle, just
yes, absolutely.
Is it just the one song or is it the whole album? I need to know that.
I know, right?
I need to know. Is it the whole album or is it just running up that hill?
Just an hour loop.
Yeah.
And then, a funny moment. It's touching, obviously, when we watch it. This whole time, I didn't need it. I just needed you. If he thought about that, are you kidding me? I've been playing this song this whole time.
Yeah, you didn't need the ruby slippers, Dorothy. You didn't need Kate Bush. You needed just Lucas. He's just smashes the cassette to the ground.
Never listening to this again.
Sadie Sink, the actress in an interview, said something really beautiful. I think just to your point about being your favorite relationship. She said, even though Max and Lucas are so different, they make each other better. They have a unique ability to accept each other.
Yes.
And I think that because they are so different, but they always are listening to each other. Lucas especially is always listening to her. It's just wonderful to have this couple. And especially now that we know they get the happy ending, rewatching it was much more rewarding, I felt.
My gosh. I'm really looking forward to watching the finale again and just watching their arc end.
Was this the most emotional reunion of the series? How did this compare to Joyce and Hopper last season or Mike and 11 in season 2?
Yeah, this one takes the cake.
Yeah.
This one is just kind of, because you waited so long for season 4 till season 5.
Yeah.
Right.
So it seems like Max has been in a coma for longer than just 18 months for all the fans out there.
It's not just them in the story. It's all of us have been waiting for that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love, again, that rewatching in the future, people who watch it for the first time, they'll watch season 4 and they still have to wait a long time for Max and Lucas to reunite from the piggyback to this. It's still 7 hours of time. We praised season 4 for that a lot with Hopper's death at the end of season 3. At least we have to wait 10 hours before they find out he's not dead, Yeah. And this too, it's preserved because so much of the season goes on before they get there.
And just such a touching moment. I love that the episode starts this way.
Yeah.
I've liked most of this, the volume 2 of season 5 here. It's been pick up right where you left off.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that about
#1 one big movie.
Yeah, the way they did this was just great. Yeah, you could have watched them just all right in a row.
Yeah.
But it's Max is jumping through the thing. Here we are. I love that the very beginning, it's got the blinking eyes, that camera shot right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. And just the way she says Lucas when she finally speaks, it's just it's such a relief. I don't know. It just hits you hard right in the beginning of the episode. You're like, yes.
It's funny. Our friends at the Star Court Food Court podcast said the opposite of you. They said they wish that this was at the end of chapter 6.
Oh, really?
Escape from Camazotz, which I think would have been better for that episode. But like you said, it's #1 big movie, so it doesn't matter in the future.
I really liked that we started deep and heavy into this episode.
And this episode needed kind of something heavy because we had a lot of movement to talk about.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And Karen is there. Remember, she blew up the demo dogs.
Yeah.
And she is looking worse for wear.
Yeah.
Man.
She did just, it's only been 3 days, right? Since the Demogorgon attack. Mike, first of all, Mike goes to her without any thought. I noticed that. Just good boy, Mike. Go to your mom.
She's
good
like,
boy.
Mom.
Yeah, Max is here, but just go stand by your mom and hold your mom up. And then he says, basically, you can't come after Dr. Vicky weighs in.
And she points out the very real risks to Karen. Okay.
But doesn't get her a wheelchair, just Max.
That's true. Okay, that is true. Poor Karen Wheeler. Maybe she just thought, like, man, Karen's such a badass. She didn't need no wheelchair.
Yeah.
I loved this conversation, and I loved, Karen's, first of all, I'm going to go if you think I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
While you guys try to find my daughter, like, you're out of your goddamn mind.
I know.
But Mike, and with the assistance of Dr. Vicky, it does help, kind of say, you got to stay here. You got to recover. We've done this a million times. The monster. Yeah, it's called a Demogorgon. I'll explain later. On rewatch, I was like, dude, think about this from season 1 perspective. Like, Mike is finally fully talking to his mom about the events of the past 4 seasons. And she's like slowly computing how amazing her son has been. And she knows how amazing he is, but not in this context. Like, from a season 1 perspective, it's like blowing my mind on rewatch. Like, whoa.
Well, and it's probably, I think on some aspect, on some wavelength, she knew. Like, everything must have had to have been clicking into place because there's been a lot of stuff going on with Mike and his friends that's been very unexplained to her. So, like, finding out that all of this has happened and all of this is real is like, okay, I finally, like, things are coming into light here. But also their relationship. It's just a testament to their relationship.
True. I wonder if she's ever like, Joyce, you couldn't have given me a heads up.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Parent to parent.
What the hell, man?
Hey, Hopper. Dude, what's up? Like, you're sheriff of the town, man. Like, maybe just like, hey, kids are involved in something.
If there was anybody to be brought into the loop, I feel like Karen would have been a good one.
Yeah. But I like that the way Mike puts it too. He talks about, we did this with Will. We're the ones that did that, and then her belief in Mike, he's so convicted, his words are so convincing.
She trusts him.
She absolutely trusts him. You can just see it in her eyes. She doesn't even have to speak it. Right. And Mike's like, we've got this. We've done this before. We know what we're doing. I know there's so much we have to explain, and I will.
Great moment.
Yeah.
She knows her kids. She is a great mom.
She is. This was good to have her back. I was worried we were going to lose her at the end of chapter 2. So nice vibes. They're sneaking out the hospital basement as a group. They're going to go WSQK. Max has definitely portaled into a wonderful, nice situation and scenario. Holly,
not so much.
Portals into a tube in her mouth. God. And she's not in the upside down even, like Max said she was. She's barfing up smoke.
What a brutal way to wake up. Just awful.
So she's got to improvise, and she runs out of Vecna's lair, and she sees that Vecna has come down, and she notices the ground is like cracked. Same kind of thing Vecna's been doing to Hawkins. He's been doing to the Abyss as well.
Yeah.
She goes in head first.
Head first.
Kirk, you commented on the instant reaction. Yeah. Head first?
Into some goo? I ain't going head first into some goo. I'm at least dipping a toe in the jacuzzi, baby. Come on.
Oh, man. She's going to fall either way, though, even if she was feet first.
That's a good point. She does not know she's going to fall, right? She thinks she's going in. She doesn't know that gravity is going to reverse.
But either way, she would have fallen.
You're not a wheeler, though, Kirk. That's why you don't go in.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm far more cautious. I'm more of a Lucas. I got my doubts.
Yeah. We'll talk about her fall and everything there when we get to Nancy and everybody in the Upside Down. But Vecna grabs her back, saves her life, by the way.
Really, yeah.
Did you guys have any fear that we're going to Humpty Dumpty Holly here and she was just going to splatter all over the top of the lab?
No.
I thought she couldn't die, but I was a little confused.
Like, how are they going to be able to save her? They're just people. What are they going to catch her from this,
that would have been
thousands of feet fall?
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Nancy just fires a shotgun. She was going to die anyway.
Oh, my God.
Mercy kill. We saw her shoot them exotic matter. No.
But it does look like, I don't know, for me, like on the second watch, I didn't really notice this on the first watch. But it kind of looked like she got stuck in the exotic matter. She's like in that same spot right there.
Oh,
Oh, that's possible. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
like Vecna had like force grabbed her, but yeah, maybe.
Because Nancy's so convinced that that's Vecna.
Yeah, but that's.
But I'm just like, it seems like she's
man.
in that same spot that the exotic matter was.
See,
Yeah.
I was opposite. The first time I thought like, oh, the exotic matter somehow must have caught her. But then watching it this time, I felt like it was Vecna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still up for grabs. Either way, she gets absolutely launched back into the sky.
Launched like a slingshot, man.
Some of the best shots of the series are when her unconscious body is being levitated back to his lair,
yeah.
and he's just slowly watching. I was like, dude, that would have been a great trailer shot. I'm glad it wasn't there, but like,
Right.
that is creepy the way
So
that he's
creepy.
carrying her behind him.
And just the slowest walk.
I know,
It's just confident.
but he doesn't need a pep.
Yeah, it is just a strut. I got your back, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he plugs her back in, and he tells all the kids that,
Max is the monster.
Holly's been talking
Speaking
to the monster.
of creepy, man, this was so creepy. First, master manipulator.
Yeah.
It's so
You wouldn't
so creepy to
believe
watch.
The things that Max told her. He said, she said, I didn't want to save the world. She said, I didn't want to bring her back to the light. And then they just start.
The back to the light, chanting back to the light while
Back to
he's
the light.
maniacally smiling. It's so creepy. Ugh.
The kids chanting is creepy as heck.
It-
But I had a smile on my face watching that manipulation.
Yeah.
I was like, because I love a good villain, and he absolutely
Yeah.
this paints why the children are easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
his whole point. I can just get you guys to do what I want.
He's so
And
proud of himself.
He does it so well. He gets them to make the thoughts that he's already thinking. He does it perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Dude,
for manipulation, it's an absolute applause from me.
let's talk about that Kevin kid. Was Kevin his name? The total dick.
Thomas
Oh.
is the one who eventually
Calls
shoves
him
her.
a bitch, shoves
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
He's like relishing in the thought of being able to beat the crap out of her. I just wanted to smack that kid so hard.
Oh. I wanted to smack the red glasses lady. What's her name?
Mary.
Mary's like, well, I'm her best friend. You're her second best friend.
And that's Rebecca.
Yeah.
I looked up all the kids' names.
Okay.
Well, you skipped her wake. She wakes up, and all 11 kids are in her room.
Staring at her.
Staring
Yeah.
at her. And they're like, we heard that you might be kind of lied to, and you need to come back to the light. And then when she's like, no, you got to believe me. Henry's the monster. Derek, tell them. And then Derek just folds.
he
In the
folds,
first
man.
kid moment that you feel from Derek, he's afraid of what Henry showed him with his parents' eyes popping out. And I felt so bad for Derek right there.
I know. He does a really good job of acting that out. Like
agree.
he goes quite well from total dipshit Derek to delightful Derek to despair Derek.
Despair Derek. I like that.
nice.
This is an episode for Despair Derek.
Yeah. That was super disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing Derek.
Yeah.
Disappointing Derek.
I did like his feeble attempt right before the chant when Vecna's doing all the manipulation.
Yeah.
He's like, well, if she's not coming back, can we all just go home?
Right? And if you think about that, that is like
It was such a bad attempt.
It's a spoiled kid too.
but thinking of that, like he's full of terror because he is openly defying Henry in that moment because Henry has said, no, like we have to make this work or I'm going to kill your family. But in that moment, he's like, let's just all go back home, like potentially ruining the plan.
Still an act of bravery from him to do
Yeah.
that. Holly does get that stereo and gives both Harry and Thomas some whacks.
Oh, yeah.
There. But then they shove her down the stairs. As you said, Thomas shoves her down the stairs and calls her a bitch.
Yeah.
Which was out loud. I was like, whoa!
I
know.
know. This is why I'm telling you. He's not a nice person.
We should have left him in the in the abyss.
Save 11 of them, but
I think I brought this up in the reactions,
save
but
Thomas.
it just reminds me of Lord of the Flies so
Yeah.
much. These kids that are kind of like ruling themselves as
Should we start a hashtag Don't Save Thomas
Yeah.
on the?
Yeah. I'm all for it. Yeah. And I didn't notice this till the rewatch that because I was like, the necklace breaks. Everything's moving so fast.
Yeah.
Mary is full
she
choking
is
her.
choking her
with that
yes.
necklace.
and she only stops because the necklace breaks.
That's
Yeah,
what causes her to fall on the stairs. Yeah.
So, to your Lord of the Flies point, yeah.
yeah.
What was that gonna end? They just gonna kill her?
I know.
Oh man,
God.
I don't
Henry's
know.
just sitting downstairs, just waiting.
loyalty.
Yeah.
And you know what?
He
Like
needs all 12 of his AA children.
the thing is, like they're all forgiven in the finale when they're going to play Dungeons and Dragons together.
Maybe like Lord of the Flies, it's sort of what happens in the mind world stays in the mind world.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah. Kids were very creepy in this episode.
Yes,
Like,
so creepy.
All right, let's go back to Hawkins, where we just really start collecting everybody together slowly. And first we pick up, at WSQK, where Will is sitting on the bed. He's out of his trance. 11 has saved him, but he is down in the dumps. He's telling Joyce, I'm weak. By the way, I built the tunnels. Vecna's going to win. You guys have no chance. I certainly have no chance. We never had anything. Why is he so down in the dumps after his triumphant moment only 3 chapters ago? And here we are.
Because he's blaming himself yet again. He thinks that he is weak. I mean, that's like the trend.
And he really he really puts in perspective, I think, for the viewer. As we said, viewers need this driven home. But Vecna controls me with my own secrets, my own self-doubts. And we were close to this in the preview where we were like, why is Will different from Chrissy and Fred and Patrick and Max? Why is Will different? But he wasn't different. Vecna just used him differently. He used him to build the tunnels.
Right.
But the entry point is the same. Vecna finds these people who have these doubts, these predictions of their future that are going to go bad, and these dark thoughts, and he puts them back on them. And you really need this scene to understand why the coming out scene
It's so important.
Yeah.
As an act against Vecna. Anything else on Will before we...
Yeah, this one just felt different because usually, like, it seems like this season Joyce has kind of been able to talk him into some sort of bravery, but Joyce just is not able to do it. She's like, he's a liar. It's like, and Will's just not buying it.
Yeah.
He's just like, he absolutely feels like he failed. He's the cause of all these deaths. Mm-hmm. He's like, so many people died on my hands,
Right.
and it's like, no, I mean, I get it, but you were possessed.
Yeah.
So it's not you, Will. And obviously
were
it's a hard thing to
child.
accept. Yeah. But like, he really takes it hard. He puts those deaths on him. He puts the tunnels on him.
Yeah.
Like that's guilt. Yeah. It's a lot of guilt in this episode.
Not unlike what Holly is expressing to Max at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything. Everything is my fault. I haven't tried to save anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we go, okay, so they're in the WSK. They're all going to go back. They're going to go on a journey to collect others. In the Upside Down, we get a little flash. Jonathan and Nancy coming out of the goo room. Steve and Dustin, break them out. Dustin gives Nancy a huge hug.
Oh, yeah.
And then he says, was that weird?
Yeah.
Good reminder that, hey, Dustin had a crush on Nancy first.
Yeah.
Before Jonathan, before Steve, Dustin was the one who liked Nancy first.
I was absolutely thinking about that. I was thinking of season 1. There's just a couple little moments. Season 1, I think it might have even been the first episode when he goes to her room to offer her a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
And then she...
First episode.
Yeah. And then she dances with him at the snowball.
Yes, exactly.
I just, they just have this special connection to each other. I love that moment, not only for that, but it also shows that Dustin has truly shifted from his angry self back to himself.
Yeah. He's definitely more Dustin in this moment.
Yeah.
Right.
We get a few Dustin faces in this episode that we haven't been getting for season 5.
Yeah.
But we still have a problem, which is that no one knows where they are, and they don't have a way. They don't have an 11 to get them back through ripping a gate out, and pushing up metal panels. So
they don't even know that Hopper and them are back on the right side up.
Oh, true.
I mean,
true.
Yeah.
They've been in this building dealing with the goo for a while.
Yes.
And they need to be saved. And in order to save them, we need to find them. And in order to find them, we need Mr. Clark.
Let's go.
Mr. Clark.
Mr. Schnookums himself.
Now, we skipped that scene in Escape from Camazotz, so I want to go back to that. In the middle of the cold open of Escape from Camazotz, Murray and Erica knock on Mr. Clark's door. It's revealed that Mr. Clark is sleeping with the librarian.
Love it.
And who calls him Schnookums. And he calls her Sugar Lump.
Sugar Lump.
Sugar Lump. That's a better nickname in my opinion.
I know. What a good nickname.
No one says Sugar Lump.
Are you going to start calling me Sugar Lump now?
I think I should. No one says Sugar Lump anymore. Why have we lost Sugar Lump?
Okay, let's bring it back.
Okay. And then Murray's like, oh, the librarian, she shush you in the sack. It's like, first of all, Murray, people are more than their profession.
Yeah.
But Erica, of course, is the best part of this. She's like, Dustin's going to die. You're going to do this. You're going to do it now. We're going to go do it. I love that Mr. Clark actually builds something better than Dustin did. He builds the whole telemetry trackers.
I mean, Dustin learned from the best.
Exactly. He was the master. And we get this kind of moment where, they're holding the balloons. He's saying, get your Voyagers. We need more height. His spirit and energy is the energy that we see from the kids in season 1 and season 2, because this is where they got it.
Yeah.
Right? He's got to cut his losses. Cut my losses. Go for it.
It reminds me of what does Dustin say in season 1 when he's like, we're gonna need to go on this learning journey.
Curiosity voyage.
The Curiosity voyage. Like, he is the light of the Curiosity voyage, and I just love you see that shining through so hard.
He looks like such a kid, Mr. Clark does.
Yeah.
When he's like, fortune favors the bold.
Yes.
He cuts that thing. Yeah. And I'm just like, he looks so just young in that moment. He's like, let's do this. It's such a cool science experiment.
Yeah. And this is where the kids
and he has
got it from.
no idea where it's about to lead him.
I know.
Yeah.
And this is where the kids got it from. It's a great moment. It goes up there. They do find them at the lab. They meet everybody there, like Hopper, 11, Max is in the wheelchair there. We got Vicky there. Everybody. And we all sneak past these guards at the Right Side Up lab who are talking about Reggie Miller.
Golly.
1987 Indiana Pacer. I said I wanted a sports reference. It was the smallest reference possible. He's only been on the Pacers for about 2 months here.
He's rookie.
And, of course, he goes on to a 20-year career with the Indiana Pacers. But what they're talking about is Alford would have done better.
Yeah.
So I Googled, who the hell's Alford? Alford was a shooting guard for the Indiana Hoosiers, the college basketball team. And they had just won a title with Bobby Knight.
Yeah.
And so at the time, you could see why Indiana would have wanted him over Reggie Miller, but eventually came around to Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to my other podcast where we will go into deeper dive.
Once again, the military getting something wrong.
And if your eyes are glazing over at this point, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
I asked for a sports reference and I got one, and that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
I just wanted, especially Indiana basketball since it's so big in the state. Mr. Clark they see the camera and they say, well, we got to get rid of that. And Mr. Clark's got this whole plan with RF interference.
Again, the eagerness there.
Yeah. And when he's talking to Hopper, I got one. He seems like Dustin. He's in the Dustin role with Hopper. We'll just have 11.
Yeah, you're overthinking it.
Yeah.
And I love his face. And
I know. As he's seeing everything and discovering
shocked.
everything.
And Murray's just like, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
And then 11 lifts the metal plates and we get another Mr. Clark just, what?
We're going in there?
Yeah, right.
And then everyone goes in there. Everyone. Vicky goes in there. Everyone.
Lucas and Max stay back.
But still, it's a big group
in
there. And I was like, are we worried about Demogorgons at all? But, whatever.
Yeah.
This is Mike Wheeler's first time in the Upside Down.
Oh my goodness.
And we did not get a moment of that. I thought think about Mike Wheeler in the Upside Down. What that would have meant to us in season 1 or 2.
Because he's a gall dang leader, man.
He's a gall dang leader, but he's going in with Vicky this time.
Yeah, right.
I feel like they couldn't focus too much on him because we need him him and his
focus on his sister.
Yeah, him and Nancy have that big scene. But
right.
So he does see Nancy. Nancy says, good news. Holly wasn't Humpty Dumptied. Didn't splatter all over the roof. Did you guys have any moment where you thought Nancy's face meant Holly is dead?
No.
Didn't even. I did.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was going to get real dark.
Oh my gosh, Miles.
I was like, there's no way we're just splattering Holly Wheeler.
I was thinking too.
Yeah, man, you went more cynical than I did. Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't
we're just
splatter.
Kill this young child.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't splatter Holly Wheeler over the Upside Down lab.
Yeah. I was like, Vecna needs 12. He's going to get 12.
Right.
Yeah. But couldn't he just go get one more kid? I mean, I guess it is kind of different now. People are on alert. But,
Yeah.
she says it's Vecna. It had to be.
Yeah. Which is a good hypothesis. I'm still with the exotic matter.
Yeah.
Man.
And part of Vecna, but I don't know. I mean, I still don't get how she
We're
got...
hooked on where she landed in the sky.
I know.
You know, I just...
Deep dive.
I really love the acting on Nancy's face in that moment. It's just... it's so convincingly awful.
Nancy's journey through this season, I'm excited to rewatch it without the volumes and everything like that. But she is in a dark place too, just like Lucas.
Yeah.
Like she is just... I mean, she's kind of thawing here a little bit now that she's had a goo room scene, but man, Nancy is weighed down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone goes back to WSQK. Max kind of giving the tour, or Lucas giving the tour to Max. Like, hey, we use this as a hideout. We got three more main things. This is our hideout. Robin's the DJ. And here's the belching sound effect tape.
Yeah.
Burp.
It's just Lucas, man.
Yeah. But Max is... rightfully consumed by guilt.
Right.
That Holly didn't escape and I failed her.
I mean, you put yourself in her shoes. I mean, she has literally just left this young child to an absolute monster. I mean, she has had 18 months just to find out how awful he is through all of his memories. And she's left Holly to his devices.
Yeah. But then she's like, I shouldn't have left. I'm like, yes, you should have left, Max. You've been in there 18 months. Like, get out of there.
Your information is valuable to us, as Lucas says.
Yeah.
She says, I don't have any information. I have no idea where Holly is.
And she has great information when the plan comes
Exactly.
up.
Right.
Crucial information. And Dustin, of course, overhears is like, well, I do. I know where Holly is.
Like I've just been
Dustin's
listening to this
there.
whole
See?
conversation.
Dustin's back, man.
Yeah.
Dustin is back.
Dustin is back, and he explains to us the Upside Down. Us and the 17 characters gathered there. This is like going to be the most characters we've ever had together.
yeah.
We have the
The
full
room is
party.
full.
We got Erica. We got Collie. We got all the teens. We got Vicky. We got 4 adults. Joyce, Hopper, Murray, and Mr. Clark. This has to be an adult record.
Oh, yeah.
For our group. But Dustin is going to explain the Upside Down, the Abyss, and everything to do with Brenner, theorizing and stuff like that.
I had to have this refresher. I mean, even though I watched it and like the back of my brain had accepted it all, as I was rewatching this episode especially, I was like, wait, how does this work again?
Yeah.
And then we get to this scene and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But I kept rewinding to re-listen to it just to make sure I had a full understanding.
What do you guys think of, do you understand this? Do you like what the Upside Down has ended up to be?
I do kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it, and I like that it wasn't so deeply dug into. It's very just, this is a wormhole.
Yeah.
This is a planet. The Upside Down, as we thought of it, is just, this connection, the bridge to this other planet.
Right.
Like, I love that was simple. I love the way they drew it. Very simple. Here we are. Here's the Upside Down. Here's the Abyss up here. That made perfect sense to me. I mean, it didn't have to overthink it at all.
And it was a dome.
Yeah.
You called it from the beginning. It was a dome.
You don't have to give him that
sorry.
credit.
Go on.
How it's recorded forever. No, I always wanted the Upside Down to be another world, like this evil world, and we still get that. There's still the Abyss. It's not like the Upside Down ends up not being the other world, but there is still that other world. So I felt really satisfied with that. I just really was not expecting the story, the plot line to go this way. It was just so cool to be on this ride with the Duffer Brothers.
I loved what it was. Like you guys said, it's a revelation, but it also doesn't really change anything. Still an interdimensional upside down thing underneath our world.
Yeah.
It does change the way we look at Brenner, and especially in rewatches. I've seen a lot of people confused, like, how did he know about the exotic matter before the exotic matter happened? And, I think those journals are theories, right? And even if you pause it, it says theoretically, like that's the first word.
Yeah.
Theoretically, transferable wormholes need exotic matter. And it's unclear exactly, but the lab appears to be trying to do this, right?
Yeah.
Like they want this wormhole to exist. They want to, create the exotic matter or have the exotic matter be, because that's really important to them to keep it stable. And they do go through a lot of trouble to have 11 make telepathic connection with something in the abyss.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right.
So it seems like Brenner was actively trying to do this.
Right. It doesn't really change my perspective of like how he is as a human being. Ultimately, what we thought that they were doing initially was trying to create weapons out of these kids or use these kids to control these supernatural beings, right? They're still doing that. That's still that is why he's searching out the abyss. He's not just trying to get Henry back because he loves Henry. Their ultimate goal is to use all of this as a weapon against the Soviets. I mean, Dr. K even says that.
Do you think that Brenner is he using the weaponizing as a way to get his research? Like, because I kind of felt like Brenner, I know some stuff from the play, so I'm just going to say it here. Spoilers for the play if you want to go see the play. But his dad is the one who comes into some contact with this like mysterious rock. Or
Dr. Brenner's dad?
Dr. Brenner's dad. So he's like driven, and Dr. Brenner's dad kind of says like people went mad and stuff like this. Like, so he's been always driven to find out what this is. And of course that rock, loses it in the cave, and then it goes to Henry. And then he just kind of, he follows the buttons from there, so, and he's the one who through the spyglass tracks down Henry and takes him and uses his blood to make more. Yeah.
Not knowing that, I mean, it still leaves like ultimately what I'm going to say, but not knowing that, all I could think of was like, man, I'm really excited that they're going to make a spin-off series. I feel like it's going to be about that rock. I think you said.
Yeah, right? There's a lot more. The no details are really released, but yeah, there's something about that rock and about that. Yeah.
I like that. Like, it's not explained to us here. We don't need it for this story. We don't need it for Stranger Things. I like that it's a mystery. And I like that now we have the opportunity, because of this mystery, to have a whole new Stranger Things story. That's obviously, it's not going to be in Hawkins. It's not going to be with our kids. It's going to be different. But I just, the whole, like everything that they have made with Stranger Things is amazing. So the idea that we're going to be able to carry that on in another way is really exciting for me.
Well,
yeah.
Like I said, I know, I agree with you. But like I said, the only real difference is to me watching season 1, knowing that Brenner knows all this stuff and he wants to create the bridge. He wants exotic matter. He wants stabilization. Yeah. That's going to be interesting to rewatch it that way.
Knowing the play, that like adds a lot more depth for me.
True.
Yeah, it seems like he has more than just one goal. Like he's got the kids, but he also is like this other world connecting with it, making the gate,
right?
Understanding the upside down, the exotic matter. So it's not just all about the kids. He's got multiple things that he wants to screw up.
Yeah.
All right. So Dustin explains all that, draws it really well, and Kirk, we get the thing that you love in most Stranger Things season, where everyone shares the most pertinent data available. Dustin shares what the upside down is, that there's a bridge, that there's an abyss. Will shares that they have the kids. Henry wants the kids to amplify his powers.
Yep.
The AA children.
Using the vessels.
And they say, amplify him to do what? And Max is like, Holly told me. He's trying to move the world.
Yeah.
And I really liked this because like we just saw Will in despair, like blaming himself with so much guilt, but having this new understanding about the abyss, it seems to have like given Will a new sense of purpose, and you can see it building here.
And Max a sense of purpose. She just said, "I'm worthless," and then she's the one who says he wants to draw the worlds together.
Yeah, she figures out what the actual plan is.
Yeah. So Dustin, Will, and Max, absolutely crucial information. Lucas provides the information that's probably going to be today because. Why?
Because there's no coincidences. It's November 6th.
I've been laughing so much. Lucas's theory is just a rich narrative territory to do this on November 6th.
I love this. It's like have I told you I really hate your theory? I hate it too. And Hopper stands up. I hate everything. I
guess Lucas does know that Vecna is an asshole who does things, because he could have gotten any other kid for the fourth gate, but he purposely came back to Max. Like, he does do stuff dramatically, but it just cracks me up the integral information that Dustin, Will, and Max provide here. And Lucas is like, and it probably is today.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like that's the kind of thing this guy does. And then Mike, of course, says this thing. Okay, well, we got to get 2,000 feet in the air. We got to get into the abyss.
Yep.
We got to free Holly and the kids. And then we got to kill Vecna before this all happens.
Oh my God. I tracked all of this because of Murray. Murray cracks me up in this scene. His back and forth is hilarious. First, he calls Hopper an idiot for initially saying that he'd fly up there. And then laughing at Robin's sexual joke about Steve. That's hilarious. So
Steve being like,
funny.
Really?
Yeah. And then agreeing with Hopper, yeah, we fly and die. Only to immediately change sides again when Dustin's reply is, well, I guess we die. And he's like, yeah, you can't die. And then again, he says in there, don't take that shit, Jim, when they start to get heated. It was just so, that's like Murray at his best. I was just cracking up that entire
funny.
scene.
I didn't realize how all over the place he was.
He is flip-flopping all over the place.
It's
He is
so funny.
He is on nobody's side.
Yeah.
He's like, where are you going to find a pilot? You know, how are we going to do this? You know,
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I loved his part where he said, don't take that shit from him, Jim.
Yeah, don't take that shit from him, Jim.
Because they are shredding Hopper's helicopter plan. All of them. They're all screaming.
It's a terrible idea. It really is. We're just going to steal some helicopter from the base and fly it 2,000 feet up into the air, you know.
Yeah.
And
Justin's like, it won't fit.
Yeah. Like, where are we going to find this, you know, portal thing, you know? And it's so fantastic that Steve is the one that just makes this connection.
Through the chaos, Steve makes the connection.
Because he's absolutely taken so much flack for being an idiot amongst the nerds.
Yeah, they've purposefully always pointed out how dumb he is, and then he's the one that comes up with this plan.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And it's a good plan.
So it's
a little risky.
Justin says it's a good plan.
Yeah.
His plan is to pop a few of us up on the radio tower in the Upside Down.
Yep.
And when it pierces the abyss, 11 goes in there, stops the movement. We go save the kids. We have a built-in beanstalk, basically.
Yeah.
I loved that Steve got this moment.
Yeah, me too. I like it. I like his visualization of it. Much easier to follow the second time around, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's as much as they say it's a genius plan, it's a super risky plan.
Yeah.
Well, we find that out in the finale, too.
Well, I mean, if those worlds don't stop moving, basically they have until the top of the tower to where the world merges with the Upside Down.
Right.
For 11 to kill Vecna. That is essentially the plan. She's got the 2,000 feet to go find Vecna and slaughter him.
And the tower has to pierce one of the cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
which it
risky-
doesn't.
Which it doesn't, yeah.
But in classic Stranger Things fashion, it's a good starter, but it's not going to be the finisher.
No one else has any plan to stop this. The military has no idea this is coming.
Oh, yeah. They don't even care
Military
about it.
sucks.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. You went on that whole thing about Murray's like cutting away and all that stuff. This whole thing is so tangled. And I feel like one of the reasons people, you know, watched this episode and maybe didn't feel as good about it, it's just a lot to take in.
It's a lot of information.
Rewatching it was so valuable.
Oh, man.
And during Steve's plan, there are so many important cutaways. You see, right when he starts giving the plan, you see Hopper's approval, Joyce's approval, Nancy's determination. Like, you need those shots to tell us. Then you see, you know, Dustin is proud. Cowley starts talking and Hopper's rolling his eyes. You know, there's so... Nancy's the one adding that 11 is going to use the bath. Dustin's the one adding we're going to do a bomb as well. Like, all of that is so important to the finale, and we're it's like we've been
so
tubed.
fast,
We've been tubed with information right there, and just blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, for anybody that's disappointed by how quickly like the mind flare goes down at the end, it's this is why how many things had to come together from so many different people to even get to that opportunity to have that fight.
Yeah, it's this moment.
It was so much, like we're saying, just Nancy knows this, 11 knows this, Will knows that, you know, Max knows this. All of that is what ends up taking down Vecna and the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, and the entire series informs how they know all this stuff.
Yeah.
All 5 seasons, you could break it all down. They need all that information to beat that Mind Flayer at the end.
All I can say is I'm glad that they didn't play this episode in the theater because because I had to have the ability to rewind multiple times just so I could re-listen to everything over and over again.
On the instant reactions, I listened to it. I did not understand the plan. I kept asking you guys, wait, what? What is the plan? Like so I was guilty of that. Of course, we watch it and then press play.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so everyone splits up. Everybody's got their job to do. Joyce and Hopper have a little parent talk that Collie is up to no good. Hopper's like, she's bad news.
Oh, yeah.
But 11's not going to listen to me. I've been too overprotective.
She thinks I don't believe in her, which isn't true. Have you told her that? Is what Joyce says.
Yeah.
I like this moment because Joyce is like challenging him in a way, like in a very supportive way. But that in itself is a challenge, especially when he starts to like go off and she's like, that's not what I asked.
Yes, that's not what I asked. It's a great Joyce moment.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Sorry, did you tell her that you believe in her?
Yeah. Don't deflect this conversation.
It's just like cementing in like, Hopper, you have to trust her.
And we know that everything Hopper's overprotective nature is doing, we know why he's doing it, right?
Yeah.
But we know the impact it's having on 11. She's thinking, your actions show you don't trust me, you don't believe in me.
Right.
Tell her you believe in her. Joyce is absolutely right.
She's 100% right. But
I just love this.
Gotta love Hopper in this, though.
Like, at the end, though, when he says, I can't lose her, Joyce, I can't. Joyce also has that understanding, like, I can't lose Will. I fully understand why you're acting this way. And that embrace, it just was really sweet.
Yeah. I just loved Hopper's like, I will kill her.
Yeah.
I will not hesitate.
I'm just like, I love that sweet moment in the end. Yeah. I will kill her.
I will kill her.
I thought it's because we've seen the finale now and we've seen 11, mention Sarah. I felt like when he was saying that, he was talking more, there's a piece of Sarah that he was talking about and that Joyce clocks that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely saw that. It was like, I can't lose her. I can't lose another child.
Does he say another child?
No, but that's what he's saying. That's the subtext.
Yeah. It's a good Hopper Joyce moment because we haven't really got a good Hopper Joyce moment this season.
And
they've had a couple parent talks.
Okay, but this was a good one.
Yeah.
Because Joyce is 100% right. And Hopper just being a stubborn punk ass, just like 11.
Stubborn punk ass. But he is right about Collie, at least in this scene, because as Collie, 11, and Murray go to flip the truck, but Murray spoiled with 11's power. She's like, ugh, I thought it'd be a slightly more delicate landing. It's like, okay, she just moved the truck with her mind, Murray.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Murray's great in this episode.
This gave me, so 11 and Collie meditate and they talk inside of the void, inside of their mind. They link minds. This gave me the ick the first time I watched this.
Yeah.
Like, Collie is like, just, you ever shared your mind like this? It's like, ugh. And then also like, we're calling Henry our brother now? Like, why are we, I don't know. Just, did it give you the ick? You guys worry? I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I off?
No, you're not off. This creeped me out both times. Creeped me out this time too. Despite her being fairly right.
Yeah.
I am still just like, it seems very manipulative. It seems very Henry-ish with the kids almost, like a kind of a parallel in this episode. But
man.
she is so certain that the military will just keep sending people.
Yeah.
And like just kill your friends, they're gonna kill Mike. Just
it's a cycle, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think she's correct, but it's still just like the way she does it, it's in the mind, it's a secret from everybody else. It's just that, and then she brings up what Mike said about the waterfalls and and she just like, it just seems like she's using all these little things that she could have done it better. Yeah. Instead of such a sinister way.
She hasn't got a lot of social practice. She missed out on the last couple years. She's been drugged and getting vampire. But to your point, though, Mike might die because my people died. Her people did die. They're gone.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, she feels that.
Everything she's ever loved has been taken away from her.
Yeah. And she's saying it's a cycle.
Her entire life.
Because it has been a cycle.
I honestly, as I was watching this, I was trying to remember what my first reaction was. I don't remember. Maybe I talk about it in the instant reaction, so I'll go back and listen to that. But I was super on her side in this scene. Yeah, I'm watching it. I mean, like, obviously, I didn't want 11 to sacrifice herself. I wanted her to make it out of here. And I still, like, obviously not real hopeful, but like you still had that hopeful feeling there that maybe she'd turn around, which made it like that much more heartbreaking when 11 eventually says, well, how? Like, how do we do it?
Yeah. And then she's just like, well, we stay and we disappear with the upside down and we both die. Yeah. And we do get like a reinforcement. I don't know where this scene is in this episode, but Dr. K pulls Akers aside and says, it's not a war. You're not fighting anybody. You're finding the girl
and
killing whatever's in your way. So all things that Kali is saying.
If you had found her, all these monsters would be in Russia where they belong, fighting the Soviets.
So that reinforces Kali's point. We see it.
Yeah. And 11 comes back with anything she can. Well, we'll kill Dr. K. Oh, we'll do the base. And Kali's just like, she proves that's a cycle. First watch, didn't believe Kali one bit. This now knowing the ending, I'm like, oh man, I hate that I'm agreeing with Kali watching this.
I know. It feels icky because you want 11. I mean, I believe.
You believe.
I believe.
Yeah. You believe. I can't wait to talk about that again in our next episode. Yeah. Of course, interrupted by Murray. Your lady's done meditating. Santa sleigh's ready to go.
Oh my gosh.
We also get a couple other moments. Everyone's kind of split up. Steve and Dustin make up further. Eddie, Dustin says, let's use the spears. Steve says, Eddie, hey man, I'm sorry. He saved your life, our lives. I think we've talked a bit about this. Like, yes, but he also did. You were kind of right the first time too.
I know.
There's some of that even in this scene. Like, sucks that he died.
Yeah. There's like an understanding between them. Like, yeah, he died. It didn't have to, but it's more about like the past 18 months since then.
Yeah.
Right.
The way they, treated each other. Obviously, Dustin's grieving and going through that, and Steve's just kind of like, well, he says it the best. I missed you.
Yeah.
Because Dustin just hasn't been Dustin.
Yeah.
And he's like, I miss my friend. And Dustin's like, yeah, man, I miss being me and I miss you too. It's such a sweet little moment.
It is. And you just feel like almost like a sense of relief from Dustin, from both of them. You feel that they are feeling that this is the end, that they very much may not be getting out of this. But then you also feel that they have relief that they have like made up, that they're no longer at odds. They are going to go down together, basically.
I love I die.
The season 3 callback. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that. And to your point, Kirk, about the Dustin hasn't been there, the face that he makes with you die, I die, that's like, wow, there's the act, there's the guy. Yeah. There's Dustin.
There's Dustin. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's such a different moment from when the first time they said it. Because it's like, I think they're just like opening up like the green goo or whatever. Yeah, and he's like, you die, I die. And Steve's just like, all right. Yeah. You're right. It's such a comical moment. But this one, it's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
We've made it so far. Yeah. We're awesome together.
Can I just talk about the spears for a second?
Yeah.
I don't think that those spears are the best weapons to use. I mean, use the guns or flamethrowers or anything to catch this thing on fire, but you're going to use these that basically would amount to twigs against what this monster becomes.
She's armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
And they're using these. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Everyone's arming up.
Sticks.
Jonathan's got a flamethrower. This is kind of, everyone's working. Nancy, Jonathan arming up. Erica and Mr. Clark are going to set up the button, the gate thing.
Mike builds a bomb.
Mike is building a bomb.
Yeah.
Mike builds a bomb that can blow up at the end of a record. That is incredible.
Hey, disciple of Mr. Clark. These are science kids.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like, because Dustin is usually the one creating things and
building
being
moms.
like the mega brain, but like it reminds you that Mike is also one of these fellow nerds.
Yeah, that they're equals in that. And then the bench of the bench of the bench. Will, Vicky, and Max. They haven't even left the room. They're still just sitting there. And, Will is still down in the dumps, says, I can't go into the upside down. I almost killed you, Max. And Max, ever the practical one, says, you saved me. I'd be dead.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, this asshole is just a human with a god complex. Why are you giving him so much power? And that's really important. On rewatch, I realized like, wow, Max really pushes Will. They've had like no relationship across the whole series.
Yeah.
Right.
But obviously they have this shared,
off-camera stuff. Yeah,
and they're part of the same group. But Max really says like, dude, he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
That's Max's attitude, and Will needed a little bit of Max.
It kind of reminds Max reminds Will that he's a human.
Yeah.
But tells her about the cave and that he was scared, he was terrified.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
I think that gives Will some power too.
Yeah.
Knowing that Henry is at the end of it still human, and everybody is afraid of something.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the blood out of Will's eyes healed up nicely.
Well, that was in the mind world, right?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're
Miles.
right. All right. Plot hole.
Yeah.
All right. And so Will, he's still shaking. He's still down in the dumps. And we get this big scene at the end. I really want to talk about the scene and all the beats, but I was struck by the first thing we see, which is Joyce. And she's watching them load up the weapons. And she is at a 10 anxiety. She is like absolutely worried. And you could feel that she just knows the team is not operating at its best, or I don't know, but she is just, Will's not even going to the upside down yet. That's not even part of the plan yet. And Joyce is just worried. That's the first thing we see. And Will says, I got to talk to you.
Damn.
And go ahead.
I mean, Will says, I have to talk to you. She's like terrified, and he's like, I have something horrible I need to tell you. Like, that's just got to make her feel 10 times worse.
True.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a continuation of the scene on the bed where you pointed out, Kirk, that Will is really brushing off Joyce's he's moved past Joyce's like, we're going to fight this. And he's a liar. Like, he's like, no, it's me.
Yeah.
It's from me. It didn't come from him. It's my vision of the future when you all, he's thinking when you all abandoned me because I'm gay. That's what he's thinking at the time. It doesn't say it quite out loud. Like, he's using my doubt, my secrets.
Yeah.
And that's very powerful. You're not, I'm not talking about an external force anymore, Mom.
Yeah. He's using everything that I'm insecure about
Right.
against me.
And then,
and Joyce doesn't have a way to calm that. Mm-hmm. It comes up to Will. It's down to Will. It's his choice at the end of the day.
And then he comes out, and it's so powerful. I mean, we touched on this so much in our instant reactions. There's just so much to unpack there. How beautiful of a moment this was. It also, like, okay, we talked about in the moment emotions, but you think of Will's future after this. I mean, yes, he was pretty much forced to come out in order to no longer be controlled by Vecna, but his whole future is shaped by him coming out in this moment. He is able to be more free, be himself, move on, and be happy, all because of this moment. I'm just like, his future depends on him coming out in this moment.
That's a great point.
Yeah. He's got a ton of anxiety. I love that he brings everybody in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike shows up and he says, we got to go in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
By the way, the scene does take less than 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I was going to make some jokes about that. Like, Hopper's still waiting, but it actually is only like a 4 minute.
I'm so
30
glad you
second
said that, because I was thinking they're like sitting there in quiet for a while as they're waiting for him to talk, and nobody's like, hey, clocks are ticking here.
Hopper is waiting, though I guess it took a while to get there, but the scene is not more than 5 minutes, so I don't get to make my joke, but yeah.
Yeah. I thought this was just well done. Just the whole, we touched on it a ton in our instant reaction, but yeah, just classy. I just love the anxiety from Will. It's very Joyce-like,
Yes.
It's just a
little bit of Mom, a little bit of Joyce in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of, I love that he just finally, the way he put it, and he just finally gets the courage and just the relief on his face. And Jonathan comes up big in this one, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like Joyce being like, we'll never leave you. Like that, you expect that from Mom.
Yeah.
But like Jonathan kind of coming up and be like, standing up for the group. He's so proud. It might be my favorite Jonathan moment.
His pride and approval. I agree with you, Kirk, so much. I mean, we've kind of poo-pooed on him throughout the entire series. Like, we always talk about him being like the weakest one of the group.
Yeah.
But in this moment, he absolutely shines, and you just think like, God, you were the best older brother, Jonathan.
Yeah. I mean, I agree that his support is very important, but he already gave his support in season 4.
Right.
I thought Lucas is the most important one here. Yeah. Joyce, of course, agrees. Jonathan already said, I'll support you no matter what in season 4. Lucas is the first one to stand up and say, you have me as well. That seems to take the biggest weight off of, because he focuses he focuses a lot of his speech on the party, on his friends.
Right. I did agree with that, but throughout this whole thing, I actually thought Lucas was the weakest one.
What do you mean?
It's so he is, you get the least out of him. Like, you're watching everybody else's face and they're going through these revelations, these like their own little growth at his revealing his secret. And I just felt like Lucas was the most quiet out of all of them.
But he's the first one to say, and me.
Yeah, first non-family member.
Yeah, first non-Joyce Jonathan. I did love that because a lot of the speech was directed at the rest of the party. Yeah. You know, when Will talks about you talked about his future, but he starts the speech with his past, with all these little vignettes of things I wish, I just love that we can picture these out. The getting lost in the woods and biking for milkshakes and renting Monty Python, and for the millionth time, and milk duds and popcorn, all that stuff. Like, he starts with that and he slowly builds to, the future that he was afraid he was going to have, which was lose everybody. And we've talked about this too. Like, in the 80s and 90s, as a gay man, you would go live with other gay people. You would not live a normal societal life.
Yeah.
Even in the 90s. I mean, it's hard to say it's tolerant now because we're in like such a time, but it was way less tolerant back then.
And this is like within our lifetimes.
Yeah.
This is within our lifetimes.
I wonder if I'd be so interested to hear, I know we've said this on the podcast, but just if young people are really picking up on how much weight this has.
Yeah.
Coming out like this.
For anybody our age, we get that.
Yeah.
Right.
And even our age is like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Much less the people who are 10 years older than us. Yeah. I absolutely loved this scene. I'm so happy we had it. As we said, it's an act against Vecna, which is very important, does take away the power and ultimately saves everyone because Will's able to tap into the hive mind later without needing the circumstances that created the sorcerer tap in. But it's not where the episode ends. We actually do go into the truck.
Yeah.
We have a little battle there.
We're headed to the Max Z.
Yeah. Mr. Clark does the melon, open the gate, Lord of the Rings reference.
It felt like it feels like almost the end of the episode. And really, like, we go to the truck and then there's still more after that, which I was expecting the episode to end again, even though I'd already seen it.
Well, the way people talk about it, they talk about it like the coming out was the end.
Yeah.
Because people, we're going to talk about the release structure and stuff in a little bit. But.
No, it's Hopper and Nancy murdering an army men.
And I love Stranger Things. A bad guy's machine gun hasn't done anything for 5 seasons.
Yep.
But Nancy and Hopper are just picking them off.
Like, spot on.
What are these military people trained to do? Why is Nancy walk 'em down Wheeler just
she's badass.
Because she's badass, right? Yeah. It was a fun moment, though she is killing people. But, hey, they're working in a shady environment anyway.
And I love that Dr. K's there and she's missing. Murray at the truck. On the rewatch, I'm like, man, I'm surprised he didn't get shot in the driver's seat.
Exactly.
Right? I'm like, is it bulletproof windows?
Yeah, exactly. What are those machine guns doing?
Right?
They're like the stormtroopers in Star Wars.
Yeah. It's like, it's not bulletproof truck either, like the sides of the truck, and so everyone's okay. Not one bullet went through there like that. Hey, but that is Stranger Things. Like, right. I mean, it's like Star Wars. You don't want to go look back at all the lasers that probably should have hit some of our main characters.
Oh yeah, and I like the Dr. K not shooting when she sees 11.
Yeah,
she's got an open shot, and she's
true.
Like, oh,
that's true. And that is their best chance to really do some damage, and they have a reason not to shoot. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
And then the episode ends.
Yeah. And Hopper's like, is everybody okay?
It doesn't even end there, though.
Okay.
It ends with Vecna locking the kids in.
Duh.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't have any notes for this. You're gonna have to run me through, Kathleen.
Man,
My bad.
Yeah, we gotta do the seance. Light all the candles.
It was so creepy. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, it's absolutely like a seance. All the kids like quietly sitting together to do this witchcraft meditation, like that vibe there. And then their heads, the shots of their heads flying back, which I almost did, and God, probably gave myself whiplash, but it just is so creepy and like terrifying, really, in that moment.
Yeah.
Blech. And then the clock chiming at the end.
Oh, yeah. That's super creepy.
Yeah. Tick tock, tick tock.
So disappointed that 12 children didn't come in to be part of the clock, like your theory, Kirk.
I know. I was kind of hoping for that.
They
I still don't know why 12. But
They asked the Duffers, why 12 kids? And they responded. So, Kirk, I'm going to give you the Duffers' response.
Boy.
Hey.
It's no specific reason other than he realized how much power he could exert from Will and to do something on this scale of moving the planet. We don't know exactly how he did that math.
Damn it. That doesn't answer my question.
Sorry, Kirk.
The 12 AA children. Why 12?
They could have just been like, it felt right because we used the clock as a theme. Like,
What he did is
he
he calculated Will times 12.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to need 12 of these.
That's funny.
Figured out the wattage.
But I do like, something else they said, which is that Henry is really pulling a Brenner, pulling a Papa. This is kind of in his wheelhouse. Like, yeah, let's round up some kids. Rounding up kids is like a good thing to do. That's a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
It's what he knows.
Okay, and then the episode ends as they all go and lock in.
I know.
Oh,
And
that is creepy.
I mean, it's against Derek and Holly's will, but like it's the power of Vecna.
And people say that episode just fizzles out and we don't get the finale, and they focus so much on the coming out scene. We even watched our Saturday Night Live thing where they said Will's coming out scene is still going on.
Yeah.
And it's like have you seen the SNL skit with
No,
Finn Wolfhard?
I haven't.
It was pretty funny.
They have Will there. He's like, I am gay. Ning. A lot of appreciation for you guys. Like, he keeps like, it's so good.
Oh, man, I have to watch
Oh,
it.
you should watch it after this. All right.
I'm sure somebody hates that. There's always haters, but
There's always haters. And I know we talked about this a little bit in the instant reaction that we didn't like that the release of Volume 2 separated with the finale. What do you guys feel about that now? Was separating Volume 2 from the finale the right choice? Having the 6 days in between?
oh man, I kind of wish they were just all together. I mean, in my opinion, I would have loved to have it that way. I mean, I remember waiting those days. I was like, oh man, right when we finished episode 7, I was like, man, it'd be nice to just tune into 8 right now. And I feel like we wouldn't have so much like dislike, like people have dislike for this episode.
Yeah.
I think partly because of that.
Yeah, don't give the internet any time, any oxygen. If the finale just aired right after, no one would be able to really even say anything. There'd be nothing to even complain about because we would have watched the finale, which is freaking fantastic and a god dang masterpiece that we're going to talk about coming up on February 1st, folks. But, don't give them any oxygen because sorry, I'm going to go before you, Kathleen, but
no, that's fine.
I think that they shouldn't have done this. I think they should have released everything together.
Oh, okay.
Because I just wish that in one weekend we saw the Sorcerer episode, that we saw, Holly calling them for breakfast. I almost forget about that. We did a whole podcast and I'm still like not carrying that vibe into. I just wish that Holly calling everyone to breakfast and all the stuff that happens in Volume 1 and the Sorcerer moment and the Goo Room scene and Prince and Purple Rain all happened in one weekend and everyone would love this season. And they will in the future. It's going to age really well. But this moment gave the internet fire and that honestly affected my enjoyment of it. We've been really positive and I have loved every minute of Stranger Things 5, but that's because we're consciously ignoring that stuff.
Yeah.
I wish that they would have given us Volume 1 and Volume 2 together, but I actually loved, now that I've seen the finale, because don't get me wrong, immediately after finishing episode 7, I wanted to watch the finale. But now having seen the finale, I actually really appreciate that we were given time to simmer in everything we got from like the last couple episodes, especially from volume 2. All of the emotions, all the like tying up some of our favorite storylines, finishing all of that, and then just breathing for a minute and then allowing to see the absolute ending of our favorite show. I mean, that's ultimately why we're here podcasting. This is our favorite show. And I love that we had time to just be able to sit in the finale, and it's not mixed with any other episodes.
God, you make a good point.
I do kind of like, I mean, there is a nice part of the anticipation,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, and just as a person, I don't really like having to anticipate, but it is also nice. I appreciate it. I'm just like, okay, I like letting it breathe a little bit, letting those theories run wild, understanding the plan better, you know, like that is kind of nice. And then, you know, just having people theorize, you know, just in your own head, you're like trying to wrap your head around, wow, how is this going to finish?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what? I changed my mind. I like that they did that little break.
For us and the podcast and everything in our own experience, you're right. It was fun to reset and get to be excited and walk in that theater and watch the finale.
I will say, don't love the days that they came out on, though.
Yeah,
it was
the
really
holidays.
tough having it come volume 2 come out on Christmas Day. Even Christmas Eve would have been easier, but Christmas Day, like having to separate from our family because we want to watch Stranger Things, I didn't really love that. And then the finale coming out on New Year's Eve, and we couldn't watch it.
I know.
We could not watch it, and that was the hardest part, not being able to watch it the day it came out.
Netflix, release them on the whatever days you picked would have been holidays unto themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And then we wouldn't have had to share it.
Yeah. It doesn't need Christmas Day. No. Christmas pales in comparison to volume 2 of season 5. No,
it's a hot take.
I know. I'm happy that we had it this way. Kathleen, I mean, you're really right that our own experience was great. I think everything I said was kind of about the colloquial, like overall people. So I am glad the way it happened, but I do feel for the people who logged in on Christmas Day and they didn't know that they were watching 75% of Act 2. You know, and they're expecting, you know, that's what it was. Volume 2, this episode was the last 7/8 of Act 2 of a story. And if you don't know that, if you're not really like fully understanding, I could see why you'd be a little weirded by the way it ends. And there's a lot of prep in this episode.
Yeah,
a lot of prep in this episode.
It does set it up well, but you know, I mean, for those morons out there, the people that don't understand that Jonathan and Nancy broke up,
you cannot get over this.
That still baffles me. Just unbelievable. I'm
going to send you some links.
Oh God.
Also, this space allows people to rewatch this episode in particular, which had a lot of information that, like, I had to rewatch it.
Yeah, you're right about that. And we did. All right. Good discussion. I love that. Kirk, by the way, Kathleen and I thought this episode would be shorter.
I know.
Oh, yeah, you fools.
Yeah.
I know.
So we still have our final finale here. The funny moment, the feeler moment, and the music moment of the episode. Kirk, let's start with you. Funny moment of chapter 7.
We copied a lot of, we already covered a lot of the ones I had. Murray saying, "Don't take that shit, Jim."
I'll simmer in that even more.
It's just wish-washing.
It's so funny.
I love the Dustin hug, and he apologized for it.
Hug of Nancy.
Is that weird?
Yeah. Is that weird? That was weird. I'm sorry. But honestly, for me, I got to give a shout out to Robin as well. That. The dick joke.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not going to fit. Well, and it's out of nowhere.
I know. The gravity of the situation, and she makes
in the middle.
She's like, well, Steve hears that all the time, and he just goes in anyways. Like, and the way she says it's so quick. But I got to go with Robin early on when she's trying to explain the upside down to people. And she's like, they're under the steel plate. but not pancaked.
I hope this would be your moment.
She brings it up again.
She says this twice to like different people.
Once to Karen, once to Mr. Clark.
As if that was the reassuring thing.
Yeah.
They're not really understanding.
But not pancake.
Yeah, Dustin just flattened under this. You know? Like,
how do I talk about this?
Yeah, right? Because she has no idea. Which also reinforces why Vicky probably thinks she's withdrawing from drugs earlier. Because while Robin explains some things very well, she just absolutely whiffs it on others.
Right. Absolutely.
But I love this. Describing somebody as pancaked underneath the ground there. Like that. It's like nobody was thinking that, Robin.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Kathleen, feeler moment.
Oh, man. We've talked about this scene quite a bit already, but I'm going to go with the Steve apologizing to Dustin scene. Like, looking at Gaten's acting in this scene, I mean, Steve is doing all the talking. The hardest part of acting has got to be when you have no lines and you're just sitting there and you're expected to show all of these emotions. And he does it so well. You see him just like absorbing everything that Steve is saying. And he's, even in that moment, he's reliving the pain of Eddie's death. So like just the emotions that he portrays on his face in that moment is beautiful to me. But like he also realizes that Steve was suffering too. Steve was suffering that whole time that he was, but he was never lost to him. He was always his best friend. And then they do the embrace. And again, you see in Dustin's face, I felt like he was thinking that this was the end. But like, thank God I've got my best friend. I'm going to go out with my best friend. It was just like really powerful acting where you truly like, you felt like he was Dustin and Steve was Steve in these moments. Yeah. It was just beautiful.
Well, you know what they say about acting? Acting is reacting.
Ew. Shout out to Mr. Moberly.
Longtime listener of the pod. All right. I am going to go with my music moment, which is something from the Stranger Things 5 score. And there's a bunch of, a bunch of score soundtracks. Obviously, there's volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a million things from Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. And a lot of it, honestly, is pretty similar, right? Especially the last 2 seasons. There's so many wonderful mixtures and textures, amazing stuff. A lot of the reused stuff, but it's done in a new way with more bass, more modern. In season 5, they do have one new little sound area, one new little element, and it's the stuff inside of Henry's mind. In the Creel house, in the mind Creel house with all the kids. Let's listen to the track that plays when they're all sitting around the table and he's given his final speech.
That was like perfect, babe.
What if you took glockenspiels, synthesized them, modulated them, detuned them, put them ethereally out there into this weird synth world that Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. It's different. There's some much better like synth glockenspiel stuff earlier in the season, or I shouldn't say better, much more clear, less warped. But do you hear the way those are synth glocks being warped and modulated down, detuned, and
yeah, it's very
creepy.
Very eerie. Yeah, it really fits the mood.
First off, what is a glockenspiel?
Like those little I'm like, you guys can't see this, but I'm showing her, those little things. There's like a little line, like a xylophone, like a mini xylophone. It's got metal. You'd have little mallets. Like, ding,
yeah.
ding, ding,
okay.
ding.
All right.
But detuned and synthed.
Yeah, detuned and synthed.
I felt it was like a very mystical, kind of like what you would expect out of an 80s movie, but like very mystical, not really Stranger Thingsy.
Yeah. It's not typical of Stranger Things. That was kind of my main reason for picking this out. That's a score track called Order of the Black Hand.
Wow.
Oh.
But there's a few ones.
Good name for it.
Yeah.
I know, right?
The track called Mr. What's It is the most prominent example of this style, which is a little less warped. So that's another one to check out.
Too many names.
Names.
All right. Oh, wow, we covered this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Like you were saying,
It was fun, too.
Yeah, like you were saying, this was way easier than Escape from Camazotz.
Yeah.
Where we had like 90 different groups running around
Oh, yeah.
upside down and right side up Hawkins.
This was like we had our major moments, but there was so much to dive into. It was really fun. Well, thank you all for listening to us today. Make sure to tune in to our next episode, which is first one of the finale.
Yeah, so we're going to do the finale in 2 parts. We'll do Right Side Up Part 1. We'll release that on Sunday, February 1st. And then Right Side Up Part 2 will come out Friday, February 6th. So we'll be back in about a week in a 2-parter for the finale.
Oh, the finale. Oh, we're here.
Dude, I'm going to put on Prince right after this. Let's bust the record out right now.
Well, my name's Kathleen.
Miles.
I'm Kirk.
Good night.